besties. Thanks for joining this week. I have my dear friend Georgio Takounakis joining me again to talk Orange County, and I kind of want to chat a little bit of Bravo gossip. And I'm just going to very quickly preface that I have done as much due diligence as I possibly can. And when I say that, I have emailed regarding the strike. I have emailed SAG-AFTRA as a SAG-AFTRA member. I have emailed them 8 times, left a message. I have heard nothing back from them on what, is considered crossing the picket lines. I was able to speak with someone at the Los Angeles office, and they basically said they have no contracts with Bravo in this sense. So reality is something completely separate. It is not struck work. So I'm just going to continue on going back to the recaps. And I'm just going to say, I don't know, maybe don't stream it. Go record it on your DVR. Is that any better? I don't even know. Am I being counterintuitive?
On demand. Yeah. I'm so thank you for educating me. I know I had a conversation with you multiple times yesterday, but one of the conversations I did, there was a point where you did explain it to me in clear terms. And so I appreciate that, because I was on the fence, because obviously, things get streamed on Peacock the next day. And that part of it is what is not so I have also, I didn't even watch the unseen footage episode of Real Housewives of Orange County because that's on Peacock. So yes, I'm doing my due diligence as well. I'm not in SAG, but I am in support of you guys, obviously. And, these tables can turn on a dime. So we all need to be in it together. And I think the broader message that I think that, is being said here across the board is we're tired of being treated like garbage and feeding the people at the top all the benefits while we sit here and scrap for what we can get. So I think that is an important message. I think we're at a pivotal point in society right now where people are fighting for what their worth is. And that is okay. And I stand behind that 1000%. So, yeah.
Well said. Yeah. I think we are going to be seeing a reality TV strike, unscripted strike at some point, and it is absolutely deserved. I just want to, we're not going to talk about the strike the whole time, friends. I just want to kind of give you an idea here. Whenever an actor has been on a TV show and it's, say, syndicated, like Friends is always replaying on one of the channels, those actors make residuals. Every time it plays, they make a little bit of money. Reality stars don't get that. In fact, and I haven't gotten to finish listening to it because I've just been a wild woman for the last, I don't know, year, but the Nene and Carlos King podcast. Oh my God. Nene said that she recalls that they made, oh my God, now I'm going to muck up the number. I believe she said their first season of Atlanta, they made like $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then they made $5,000. She couldn't recall for certain, but on the reunion. So think about that, friends. Now they did eventually start making more money than a lot of us will ever see, at least in that short of a period of time. However, I'm going to say it the way one of my very dear friends, Tessa Scott, put it best. These stars need to absolutely be paid more for embarrassing themselves on national television. So this should happen. I don't think that Bethany Frankel is the one to lead the charge. That unhinged crab eating session, y'all, I don't know if you saw this, but and this is the thing that was also kind of weird. Everyone was like, aren't you allergic to shellfish? Oh no, excuse me, I'm allergic to fish, not shellfish. She is I used to love Bethany. She's on the last nerve I had, because she doesn't know what she's talking about, and everything that when she talks about certain things that you would think would be charitable, beneficial to other people, no, honey, it's something that is simultaneously mostly beneficial for her. She's talking about reality stars forming a union, which you really want Bethany Frankel to be the president of your union? No. I'm sorry, you don't. Because on top of that, I think SAG just needs to get an extension in they have it for podcasts. You can have all sorts of stuff with SAG. They need to have an extension for unscripted. 1000%. I think that is something that needs to happen. Bethany Frankel does not need to be the one involved. I would rather see Nene Leakes going in there because at the very least, she's going to say, look, here are the numbers. Here's what's up. I mean, Bethany was, well, exposed as well. What was the name of that TikTok star TikToker? Why am I using the word star so much? Am I okay?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. There's a spider that is coming down. Hold on. Ah! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh my God. I am so sorry. I can't do a spider. I don't care how small that fucker is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me just click. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Anything else? Oh my God, Caitlin, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pee my pants. I literally almost did lose my shit. Oh my God. Okay. Feel free to leave that in for whatever entertainment purposes. I'm totally fine. I swear. It's gone. I killed it. I'm sorry, guys out there that are gonna come after me for killing a spider. That is the one thing. I will help a fly out of my house any day of the week. But you're dead. You're in my house. You're done. Excuse me. Gosh. What the fuck? I swear to God.
Oh. Okay. I'm going.
I swear. Is this a joke? Okay.
Okay.
Where were we? You were like in the middle of like a beautiful segue and it's just great.
Oh my God. Listen, I get it. If there were a wasp in this room, I wouldn't have, listen, that would have been the comedy of errors. I would have literally snapped my neck back trying to run. I wouldn't have even stayed in the room, okay? I would have been like, I'm so sorry. I am never entering my bedroom again. So
now I feel like it's in my hair. I hate spiders. Hate it. Anyways. Okay.
So yes,
God, what is our life? Okay. It's so crazy. I'm sweating like crazy now. It's like fight or flight. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, I feel the same way. Like, if it can sting me, I'm telling you. Like, here's the thing. But see,
oh my God.
At least you scream to let someone know you're in trouble. I have this like bad habit of like acting like a startled goat and then just kind of like doing the and I know what, like, I could be being murdered and I would just kind of be like, like I can't, nothing comes out of me. Okay.
Oh no, baby, I'm screaming. I'm gonna scream all the way to the end. And bees are my other like thing. Like that, my worst fear is one gets trapped in my car when I'm driving, or it's in my house.
That happened one time. Oh my God, that happened one time. So, and I've been this way since I was little. Okay, my mom and I were in the car, and I guess like I don't know, I was maybe 9 or something. Sorry, no, I can't stop laughing. Oh my God, I got a case of the giggles. My aunt was driving in front of my mom and I, and she said like out of nowhere, she saw my mom just like, she thought my mom was like beating me or something. She saw me like hanging out the window. She didn't know what was going on. And There was a bee in the car, and I was flipping the fuck out. And my mom.
Oh my God. I would crash my car. I would crash. I cannot. Oh.
And like, I mean, I also like nearly crashed my car one time because we would get tarantulas in Oklahoma, and one was in my car, and it was like literally on the dashboard in front of me, and I just remember like literally just off to the side driving like, okay, I don't even know what I'm gonna leave in here or what I'm not gonna leave in here.
Well, feel free to leave the screaming and that antic, because that's probably gonna at least get a good rating for your podcast, I hope.
I should put a warning for the scream so no one's
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
Earbuds in and go, fuck.
No one's home, so it doesn't even matter. My poor, why is my camera is now off. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. This is really unprofessional.
Oh, no, it looks fine to me.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm gonna take a sip of water after, like, I don't even laugh wheezing through that. So yeah, Bethany Frankel. I don't think we need her as a
back to
president.
Bethany.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think we want Bethany as a union president. She's just
for reality TV.
Yeah.
For reality, yeah. Well, the thing is too, like, I will say, I at least appreciate that she's getting the conversation started, because I do think that, when you do think about it, why is it treated any different? Why is the content that you have replaying over and over again, why shouldn't you benefit from that? There's a very valid point there. Now, whether or not she's the best person to lead it, I don't know, but at least the conversation can get started. And, it's an important one to have. I think people are not getting their due diligence, and there's people making a ton off of the backs of a lot of these women and their chaotic lives that we talk about every week. So
absolutely. And speaking of, first, congratulations to Sonia Richards. She's pregnant.
I'm so happy for her.
Yes, congrats to them. Okay, so this is something that I find an interesting thought is Heather Dubrow, wow. Okay, we're here. Heather and Terry Dubrow bought a home, and y'all, I am so sorry. When I tell you, like, Georgio and I both have had, like, it's been like a 48 hours, I'm going to call it. we're going to get there. I swear to God.
Just bear with us, guys.
We're here. So Heather and Terry Dubrow bought a $16.1 million home in Beverly Hills. Tell me you are gunning for a diamond spot without telling me. Now, here's the thing. My thought is while, yes, Heather would fit in that world, she wouldn't be the same entertainment that she is on OC. Like, I'm sorry. She needs to be with the spray tanned extensions, baby visor length, false eyelash women.
1,000%.
She's not the same. It's not as, I don't know. I just think we need the contradiction. That's what we need. I am like not able to speak today. Yeah, Caitlin, why don't you start a podcast? That's a great idea. Because you can't fucking talk. Okay, excuse me.
Well, the heat, guys, I don't know where everyone is for the most part, but if you're in this heat wave, like, it's making people crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel psychotic. Clearly, I just showed you guys my... Oh, you know what? Fuck this camera. I am so over it. I'm not even going to fight this camera. Here we go. Okay, there we go.
It's working fine. Yeah.
Look like I put Vaseline on it.
It looks the same to me. Like, it looks normal. Because also, listen, friends, like, I don't know if I know y'all aren't living under a rock and you know about BravoCon ticket. I'm not going to call it. I don't know what to call it. It is now. I am very, very. God, the universe was just like shining down on me last Thursday, which seems like a lifetime ago. That I was somehow able to snag the 3-day VIP tickets. I have almost felt guilty that no one, like I had one other friend who could get them, and my friend Eddie, Martinis with Eddie, and he ended up having to buy my Bravo Palooza ticket because it wouldn't let me purchase on my phone. I had to use my mother's iPad. I mean, it was ridiculous. I was hitting refresh over and over and over like I was a goddamn Taylor Swift fan. Look at what you have turned us into, Bravo.
It's insane.
And I mean, last week I had my friend Lauren Skay, who, she was on the podcast last week, and I'm sitting there hitting refresh, trying to put, both of or trying to get it for her actually. And she's like sending me her credit card information. And I ended up doing that for Giorgio today because we're both trying to get tickets for him. And I had two other friends messaging me, listen, whatever it takes, my friends deserve to be there. Okay. That is
it's like, who do I have to blow to get some tickets? I'll even pay. I'm paying. I'm not even asking for free tickets.
No, you're not. None of us were. And it has been a goddamn nightmare. So I listen, friends, I don't try and join the wait lists. Tomorrow it's going to be another shit show, I'm afraid. Should we talk about Orange County? Should we just get into it?
Oh my God, we have to.
I did get to be a little virtual caller for this episode of Watch What Happens with Tamara and Emily. So I did get an idea of what was coming, and but obviously I was like, oh, I was privy. I can't share any of this until after it's out. But it was really fun to watch them do their whole thing. I was only on the after show. It's like,
I did see you on the after show because it was a clip that came up on my homepage on YouTube. And I was like, oh, there's my friend. Which, by the way, you are like a star on Watch What Happens Live. You've been on there how many times now?
2 times. 2 whole times.
More times than me.
Listen, I want all of you to know, you can absolutely go apply for this. I believe it was on the Watch What Happens Live Instagram page. Did I send it to you? I can't remember. Someone else had asked me. Or go to the Embassy Row website because that's the production company.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun little thing to do. It's very much, you have to be watching your email. I had emailed them the first time, and then it was 4 months later I heard from them, and I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot I even sent that in because I was like, fuck it, I want to call in. I want to be Andy and one of the girls. So it's something anyone can do. I know some other content creators who have done it several times, and so I just want it to be known that we're not chosen too special. It's just fun. Like anyone can do it. Okay. There's me trying to be like, I'm humble. Okay. I'm so glad we got to open up with a waxing scene. Now,
oh, so good.
I have never had my nose waxed, but I do. Listen, we all have hairs in there. I do know that, like, even just like if you have to get one, like whatever pulled out or something, that is really goddamn painful. Emily was so chill when it was her turn. So chill.
She is like so. I am really digging Emily, man.
I am too.
am like, what is going on? I know she's always been like this, but for some reason this season, and even on Watch What Happens Live, I'm like, I want to go have drinks and dinner with her. Like I do. I want to hang out with her. She's great conversation. She's funny. She has this great sense of humor. I'm really enjoying her.
You know what I think it is? They've separated Emily and Gina a little bit. And because I'm sorry, Gina should have been friend of this year. So far, I really don't need this much from Gina. I would have rather had more from Vicky. Or more from Heather Amin. She, I don't know much about her, but like, we could have had more friends of in a confessional than have spent all that time on Gina in confessional. I'm sorry, Gina. Part of it is that part of the journey of this is when you're getting your life together and you're happy. Like, it's not even just that we want to watch someone who's not happy or doesn't have their shit together. It's just sometimes the things that really were making you entertaining for this world, they don't work anymore. And it, for you to be a happy person. And sometimes it's just, I don't know how else to put it without making it sound like we only like people who are a goddamn mess. Cause that's not true. I don't know.
It's not, I don't know. I think with Gina, it's like, I don't want to be mean here, even though it'll probably get taken that way. I feel like she's on the wrong show, if that makes sense.
Oh, fully.
Like, I don't feel like...
agree. I don't need to hear Long Island in Orange County.
But also, it's very much... Even with the new get-ups and the hairdos and the clothes and all that stuff, I feel like it's not authentically her.
I agree.
I feel like people went around her and were like, you need to... And then, voila, here's the Gina we're presenting to you. But in the scheme of how the cast is, I don't see where she, like, she's kind of like there, and she is getting a lot of confessional time, which is strange to me. I'm like, I feel like every other interview is Gina, which good for her, but I don't know.
You need to bring it in more than confessional, though.
Yes. I mean, she is being more opinionated. I will give her that. She's being much more vocal. However, the things that she's been vocal about have not resonated. Like, I don't understand why you're holding on to this, but you're still hanging out with
your ex.
Ex who did, like, that's weird. Like, then you should have moved on. Otherwise, why are you having lunch and hanging out at a park just shooting the crap with him and his new girlfriend?
What was this, the new girlfriend or the girl that he cheated on her with? That's what
I don't know.
Okay.
Because if it is the one with, is that who he cheated with?
I think so. But now let me say this. I have had a friend who they had, that situation where she and who became her husband, who also already had kids, they met through having an affair, and he and the wife got a divorce, and the wife got married to a new person. And they're all on good terms as best they can be. So that being said, it's possible, but I just feel like the way she's behaving, and I don't know, man. It is. I totally agree with the other women saying, like, Gina, why are you talking to Travis about this all the time? I've never, now, who knows what it says about any of the men I had dated previously and things like that, but like, I know I would not like it if some man I'm in a serious relationship with, having really creating a blended family, if he is literally sobbing on a guy's trip over, you know what I'm saying? Like, really think about it, like, put it in the context of being her partner. If you were sobbing over his ex-wife's cheating, when it wasn't even that it was directly brought up for them, but oh no, another guy, he thought another guy was having an affair, and so he was that triggered. I'd be like, bruh, why are you so triggered? Get into therapy, or you're not ready for a relationship with me. I would immediately say that.
Well, I really think that now looking back at it, I think that was all BS. I think she used that as her way to get in the mix more, to create conflict. I don't really think that she's triggered by Jen. I can see that she despises what Jen did, because that's something that's kind of, what broke up her family. That would be natural. But then she takes it a step further and she's like, I have to walk away. I have to walk away. And then she's like crying in a tractor while Heather's like, girl, you can't keep calling Travis every time you get triggered about Jen and her alleged, because we don't even really know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Jen is claimed now, after last night, it's clear that Jen is really trying to soften the blow of how all of this is being perceived. But, it was unnecessary. And I do think it's a put on for screen time. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, you wouldn't be hanging out with your ex. Because if I was triggered like that through another person maybe cheating and getting out of their marriage, I wouldn't be going and sitting in a park hanging out with the person that did that to me, and maybe allegedly, if that's the same woman that he cheated with, I wouldn't be shooting the shit with her. I would like
doing
punch her in
TikToks
the
with her.
No, exactly. So that's weird. So how can you be triggered if you're hanging out with said people? Whatever. Screen time, I get it.
Yeah,
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I guess. You know, I think that I just think that Gina, again, it's just, this isn't the right show for her. And then I hate to say it this way, but whenever I see her wearing like a Versace swimsuit, I'm like, girl, I know Rent the Runway doesn't give out swimsuits. So why are you spending money on a Versace swimsuit when you have the goddamn Brady Bunch out in your little casita? Because then that's, I don't want to be thinking about those things. Those are the things I have to think about in my own life. Like, Caitlin, now, girl, you can't be buying yourself a Versace swimsuit as much as you'd love to. I don't want to be thinking about that with my housewives. I don't want to be like concerned about their finances in that sense. They're aspirational. They're the ones that I like mentally live through vicariously, right? Again, does that sound shitty? I hope not, but whatever.
No, but you have to remember the way we've seen and experienced Gina is not like Versace swimsuit. It's that's what I mean. Like, I don't feel like this is authentically her. So it's just hard to hear her and then see her and be like, Gina, what's going on? Yeah. And that's okay. I think I would enjoy it more if she was true to herself in this group in that way, instead of trying to glitz and glam it up for these. And I get it, the pressure to like, you want to look good, you're on TV. I get that. But dress to your own personal style. I'm all for changing it up, but it's not her. It's not her. I'm sorry. It's not. That's not how she gets up and gets ready in the day-to-day when she's not filming. I'm sorry.
I agree. And, you know, I think it would be more interesting to watch her trying to fit in if these are her actual friends who have more money than her, because that is something that people experience in their life as it is, having different socioeconomic backgrounds and different like just tax brackets. That would be a lot more interesting to me than seeing her and me being concerned how she's going to be able to return that Versace swimsuit. Okay. That's just really it at the end of the day. Now, did I love the swimsuit on her? Absolutely. I thought it was adorable. But you know, I just think this isn't, it's just off. I'm kind of waiting for something to click for the audience and myself as well as to why we still have her. Waiting, we'll see, because it seems like we are supposed to be getting something more. I don't know. So we go to the boardwalk and I cannot with how adult Kennedy is.
So can we talk about this for a second?
Please.
Why was I was like, oh my God. Like as if I was there when Taylor gave birth to her. But like, honestly, like we pretty much were there when they flashed back to that birthday party, the Allison. I remember watching that episode for the very first time and being like, oh my God, $50,000 on a child's birthday. And then to see her now, I'm like, she's like an adult.
It is like, how dare she grow up? How dare
her? How dare her? I mean, it's wild. Watching these kids grow up right in front of our eyes is wild.
It's scary, like, you know, as a parent too, because I'm like, oh my God, it really is like you blink and they are just fully grown. It is horrifying. Taylor calls Jen Big Daddy. As a person from Oklahoma, I have no explanation. I don't co-sign. I don't know why the fuck she would call her that. Now I just forgot. Did they say they were from like Sand Springs, that is small town?
I think so. I think so.
Okay, Taylor learning her lessons, not eating a corn dog after the cotton candy thing, and that flashback. Oh my God.
I forgot
Did
how
you?
sexual they edited that, by the way. I always forget until they show the clip again. And I'm like, wow, they had a field day with that edit.
And the way they
'Cause
zoomed in on
they zoom on,
Mauricio.
yeah. That's what makes me laugh every time is his eyebrow raising. And I wonder if he was even looking at her
Probably
in that
not.
moment. But it was perfect because it was just like this funny edit. But it was crazy. But yes, I mean, it would have been funny to see her eat a corn dog, but I understand why she did.
Bless her. Bless her. I understand too. So Heather and Tamara are out shopping, and Heather thinks she's like being so uncouth with her humor. Tamara, I'm gonna get you this. Look, on the one side it says hot, and on the other side it says mess. Totally for you.
Good one,
But
Heather.
bump. Shh.
Yeah.
Hey, mom. Now, Tamara says that the whole thing with Jen at Nobu was kind of fuzzy, as in throwing the napkin at her. I know that Tamara had said that on Two Teas in a Pod that she was drinking a lot this season because she was actually really nervous about coming back. I know that would have been me 100%. And the things that I haven't even thought about is if you show up first, you're sitting there waiting for people. And then I know myself, I'd be like, well, I'm going to have a glass of wine while I'm waiting. And if they're showing up late, things like that, I'm going to be sitting there I'm going to be sipping on some wine. Now, she does the tequila shots, which I am not capable of doing. But, it's easy to see how it could happen. Okay, let's just put it that way. But then whenever, Jen is explaining to Tamara, or I'm sorry, not to Tamara, to guys, I am so sorry. When Jen is explaining to Taylor and Shannon about everything that was going on with Ryan and Heather Amin and how they would claim to be like a brother-sister relationship. And even the producer asks her in confessional, he's like, did you believe it? And she was like, no, not at the time. But now I actually do. Because she claimed it was, she didn't at the time because why would anyone be that involved in another person's relationship? And she said that she thought Heather Amin was in love with Ryan. Ryan, why are we like giving this man so much credit is what I would really like to know. That man, these are beautiful women. If they would just venture little more north to Los Angeles, go out to Burbank even, honey. You could meet a much more attractive man that is not stuck in the first season of Real Housewives of Orange County with that home decor, number one.
What is that about? Honestly and truly, what is going on there?
Have you not like heard also like there have been like kind of some rumblings, I would say, about him having like kind of fraudulent marketing-ish stuff that's sort of along the line of what a certain Shmooey Shmurwellis of Schmerzy.
You know what? I don't know what club all these people belong to that they all get the same blueprint to start this business, whatever that is, where they scam allegedly.
Alleged.
Here's the thing. Ryan. So for somebody, I view this now, I'm looking at it, and after watching Watch What Happens Live and hearing Tamara say that she feels Jen stayed with him because she was afraid that she wouldn't be cast on the show without him, said a lot to me. And here's the thing, and I said this in my short recap today. People are angry with Tamara and they're over her. And what they don't realize is what Tamara, in my opinion, is doing is she's actually trying to help Jen. And it's coming across to certain people like she's throwing Jen under the bus. But as Tamara has been on the show, I have not once seen her lie to a point where it's like a bold-faced lie about something. Now, has she skimmed over stuff or not talked about stuff in great detail? Probably. And I'm sure people will remind me when she has lied, because she's been on the show for so long. I can't imagine she hasn't. But the point being is that she's bringing wisdom to this situation because she has been here and done that. And what Jen doesn't understand is, as much as you think you're going to control your narrative, you can't if you're lying.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing I think that's what's catching Jen in a rough spot. She's trying to not make Ryan look like garbage, but she knows deep down, I think she knows he's garbage, but she guarantees she won't be with him after this season.
Totally agree with that. I think maybe Tamara's intention from the beginning were to help her, but I think she now is at a point where she's like, you know what? You don't want my help? Then fuck you. I'm going to take you back down to where you need to be. I think it's kind of two things can be true at the same time and split the difference there. Because listen, I think Tamara is a fantastic housewife. I just want to say that, number one. Has she had her up moments and her down moments? 100%. Now, I fully agree. I don't think Jen is going to still be with this man later on. I mean, Jen is beautiful. I think she's very calm, and she, I'm sure she makes a great partner. She seems to be, for the most part, fairly easygoing. She can do much better than this, I don't know, long lost brother of Paul Nassif. I just don't think that this man, like, I don't know. I just don't get it when it comes to this man.
I think
also, make yourself look better than him.
Totally. And I would have gone with it, and I would have been like, yeah, he did. And that was really disgusting of him. But instead, she's helping him market merch called Dick Pic. Did you see that?
That, y'all, when she was on Watch What Happens Live, the way Andy did not even, like, there was no humor with Andy regarding Ryan having a hat that was like, what did it just said dick pic? Or what did it say?
It said dick pic, but it was spelled differently. But it was to basically capitalize off the situation, which I'm now starting to think like, well, wait a second. Are you guys playing both? Are you playing us then? Did you come into this? Obviously you did, because to Tamara's point, she had tried to cast for the show previously. So I can imagine if she feels like the only way to get on the show is maybe to have a man, and then said man does something shitty, right? Why would, if I'm honest, I don't think they would have not cast her because of that. I really don't. But I guess she was like, I don't want to take my chances. I don't want to lose this opportunity again. So
yeah. I mean, listen, all I can say is the way I cringed through the floor at the look on Andy's face when he saw that hat of Ryan trying to sell the merch. I was like, oh man, you did not do what you thought you were going to do there, Ryan. Oh my God. And it was so, like, there is a certain type of embarrassment you feel like, I don't know, like when it's your partner and something happens, and I don't care how cool or how amazing anyone's partner is, like, you have a moment where you watch them do something embarrassing or something embarrassing happens. And like, because you don't want the embarrassing thing to happen to them in a much greater way than you don't want an embarrassing thing to happen to you, it's like a much worse feeling. Do you know what I mean? And like, I just know her face too. She was like, I was like, get me out of here. I want to go home, and I'm home. Help.
It's disappointing, because it's just, what are you doing here? Your story so far is that you left your husband for this douchebag who you knew was a serial cheater.
Oh my God.
But you know what it is? I'm going to tell you. I think I've figured out this part of Jen. I think Jen was someone who always had a wild streak inside of her, and she probably could never express it at any point. Like, some of us have gone through that stage. We all have dated that guy that we all knew going into it. I was like, he is not the one, but he is fun. He's edgy, But you grow out of that because you realize it's more stressful than anything. With her, I feel like she woke up one day in her marriage and was like, I'm bored out of my fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably paying attention to her, but not in the way that she needed. She needed to rebel. She needed that outlet. And so that's why I think she's doing this. I do. I don't think it matches up because when you listen to her story about how she's adopting and fostering children, ma'am, why are you with Ryan who's sending dick pictures to your friend by accident? Now, let me ask you this. It's been and I've never, hold on. No, I have never sent any type of photos out there because for me, I've always been like, sex tape, maybe, not putting a picture of something and sending it to somebody. But on top of that, if you're sending a picture like that, you are typing a name
Thank you.
in. And Heather is not even in the same category of letters as what you're typing in for Jen. So I'm not buying it. And neither are the other women. And I'm glad I'm glad Tamra brought Heather Amin to the party because I wanted that conversation to take place. And I'm glad that they made them have it. But I walked away from it and I was like, oh no, I believe Heather here. I don't buy this. I
felt same.
Yeah, it was just like wild. But it was funny when we'll get to it, but all the women just stomp over at some point because they're all just
I know. Oh my God. And that's the thing too. You're so right about like Heather, God, the names. What is my deal today? I am just, okay, I'm so sorry. About Jen going through that rebellion phase. And it's almost like a teen or very early 20s girl who like, I bet she wouldn't like to receive a dick pic. I'm going to just knock on wood here. I have never once received one. And guess what? I'm going to say 99.9% of the dick pics that are sent out are completely unsolicited, at least the ones to women. Okay. So, no, I don't want one. No, thank you. I'm good.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you as a woman, and you clearly have other women friends, is there any woman, I'm sure there is, but for the most part, I don't envision, because I have a lot of women in my life, family, friends, all that stuff. Never at any point has any woman in my life wrecked a car over a dick pic. Like, it was like, yeah! You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get home and take care of this. Like, thank you. But I get it for the men when they receive, because men are just, they're horny all the time and they just want to, totally. But I'm not saying, again, there probably are some women that are turned on by that. Not maybe the picture, but the fact that someone is showing something that they may want, whatever. Go do you, be safe, love yourself. But in this instant, I don't think a majority of the women would be like ecstatic about receiving a picture of a flaccid penis or even a hard penis. Because what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, like what do you think I'm going to be like, oh, it's so hot. No. Like, no, thank you. That's not what does it for most women. There's a caveat to everything, right? But like genuinely, I just it's just unfathomable to me that a woman who is a mother of 5, right? In her, I don't know how old Jen is. I'm going to say in her late 40s. Okay. That's a guess. I don't know. These women, you can never tell how old anyone is, and I don't want to offend anyone. But as a mother in I'm still calling it my early 30s, God damn it. I don't want to receive that shit. And how embarrassing. I would be mortified if the man I am with quote unquote accidentally sent that picture to someone I have ever been friends with or known on this planet. I would die. Okay. And I would think he would die. I don't know. This man, I think too many people have seen this man's penis in Orange County. And I think it must be nothing to him. He absolutely meant to send it to her. I think that it's kind of hysterical that Jen is clearly not the girl's girl she wants to portray herself as, because she says that she believes Heather Amin was in love with him. Now, this is my assessment of all of this. I think that Tamra Heather Amin and Jen all thought Ryan was hot and they would joke about him all the time. Okay. And Heather was the only one that was actually single. And now, what I believe that Heather was very good friends with him and that she probably had something in her that liked him in that way and that he definitely wanted to bang the shit out of her. Okay. End of story. Jen's the only one who actually pursued it. That is what I think. And now, Jen, because she dipped out, oh, there's that phrase, Jesus. We all triggered now, because she took off from her family, kind of, went off with him. Now she has to stick with him because she couldn't have blown up her own life for this. So now she's fiercely defending him when in reality, if she could just lean into the fact that, oops, I was misled by this guy and I thought he was, going to quote unquote change for me, because how you can be a female at any stage in your life that is beyond the age of 29 and not understand that you cannot change another human being, especially a straight man. Okay. It ain't happening. A man of that age.
Or gay man. Or gay man.
I haven't. See, because I haven't dated gay men. Well, actually, I have. Don't worry, I actually have. But I didn't.
Coincidentally, I've dated some straight men too.
See, you see where? Okay, so maybe you know what? We'll add in the gay men there.
I'm just saying, there's room for all. There is room for all. Yes. You can't change anybody unless they want to change on their own. You just can't. It doesn't matter.
Don't be that girl who thinks he's going to change his cheating ways for me. He is going to cheat on you. In fact, he probably was when you called him and FaceTimed him and all you could see was his white t-shirt. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry. It's like the stupidity. And listen, I'm sure people have looked at shit I've done and been like, really, Caitlin? You actually thought? Oh my God, that's so cute. You're an idiot. Fine. But I think she just, maybe she just doesn't have the experience. I don't know what.
Here's the thing. And to your point, I think they all three joked about how hot he was because let's be clear. Let's give him those flowers. He's a good looking dude. Okay. I'm not saying he's gorgeous, like drop dead if he walked past anybody, they'd break their neck, but he's definitely not sour to look at. I get he's got that edge and that cool vibe, but to me, we are past the age limit of going for that type of guy. You have children, man. Yeah. Like, it's a little bit different now. And you know what? What I would have rather it been like is like, she's like, all right, fine, I'm going to use him to get on the show and then get on there and send him down the fucking river, because I would have been like, you're right. Actually, I don't like that you did that. And I want to rekindle my friendship with Heather that you ruined, Ryan. So because basically she's trying to make a husband out of a fuckboy, and that's not going to happen.
Does not ever work out. You're so right. Mm-hmm. And, because so many people like to be like, oh, trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. You can absolutely do that. And guess what? She'll be your hoe and it will be fantastic. You can't turn a fuckboy into a husband. That is for goddamn sure.
Because they share everything. They share their dick with everyone. They'll give it to you. They'll send pictures of it. It's not worth it.
It's not. And the whole story just didn't even make sense when she was going on about it. Like, it just really did not make any sense. Okay, so love the Tamara and Emily friendship. This is why I think we are loving Emily even more, because we are getting to see a more dynamic version of her than just the version where she's coddling Gina or like having to have a little tiff with Gina, who's whatever her issue might be at the time. There was a moment in the Never Before scene, which whenever I watch on demand, that's what I get. I don't get like the regular whatever, but so anyway, so in the Never Before scene, Emily ends up asking Tamara, if she regrets any of the things that she said about Emily. And there's a flashback where at the reunion, Andy had said to Tamara, you called Emily Shrek. Do you regret that? And, then Tamara brings up that this was hysterical to me. You called me like Lucifer. I think she called her Lucifer's child. I mean, I don't know what's worse. Now, so Heather is telling people, Emily and Tamara, about stuff that Shannon has confided in her about her relationship. Here's the thing. Shannon should know this by now. unless you are really like you are going to break up, you talk to your therapist about it. Don't go run into the random girlfriends. Don't do it. Okay, let's hop on over to the pool party. And the way I related to Shannon trying to put on the spray tan, like, listen, y'all, this color I have, this is not me naturally, because what someone with my skin tone cannot do is be out in the sun and expect to not look like an actual leather handbag within 2 or 3 more years. So I am spray tanning all the time. I bought my own at-home spray tan machine, y'all. I don't care. This is not an ad. It's by like Mine Tan, I think is the name of it. Great. It's great. You use Professional Solution. They have all different color ranges. I mean, base colors that are violet, that are green, that are ash. So if you tend to pull orange, it's fantastic. This is what's sad. This is my color with the spray tan and being out in the sun multiple times a week, because I love being in the water and in the sun.
You do. I mean, this is like perfection color on you, if I'm honest. It's like very Saint Tropez. It's giving NARS. It's giving NARS. I don't know what it is. Like, it's like perfection. I need to get one.
Yes. It's the color is dark ash. And again, this is like, I have worried at times, like when I first did the coat, I was like, oh my God, am I like going to be like offensive? Like, am I looking ridiculous? And then you wash it off and it's like, okay, I look okay. I don't look like tan mom. Okay. Like, I have been so fearful, but anyway, so if y'all see me in person or see me on here in the winter and you're like, either is she ill because I'm so pale? I am not. I am just my natural color. Or if you see me in person, you're like, why are you so dark? You don't look like you should be that dark. None of your goddamn business, because I am spray tanning and I wear my SPF. Anyway, loved all the spray tan for everyone this episode. Can I just? I need the ladies to chill on the false eyelashes to the extent that they are doing them.
Oh my God.
Now, it's like, I don't know. It's like Muppets on their eyes. That would hurt. My eyes would be swollen. It's too
What
much.
is the point? What is the point? I don't understand why it needs to be so layered and thick and like you can't see through their eyelashes. It's like, even with the best mascara and the most coats, it's never going to look like that in real life. But I don't know. It must be because I think a lot of them do it because they think they can get away with not wearing any eyeliner, and it gives them that definition. But it just looks so ridiculous unless they're wearing makeup, because sometimes we've seen this multiple times where they just throw on these lashes, like 3 strips on one eye and a little lipstick and blush. And it's like, no, ma'am, you can't put all those lashes on from Ardell and then not put any other makeup on.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing? Or at least cut them. Cut them at least. Cut them in half. What are you doing? You're like, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm ready to go.
God. And they make so many good eyelashes now. Go to Ulta or Sephora, but Sephora's are more expensive. Go to freaking Ulta. Ardell has so many different brands now, okay? That's
totally.
The thing. Like, if I'm using individual lashes, this is another secret I'm going to tell y'all. I have, for the most part, you may not be able to see right here, I have very long eyelashes, okay? I was blessed with it. You get the right eyelash curler. The Tweezerman one is probably the best one. And I have a whole routine. That being said, the short, not even the medium, not even the long, okay? Use the short. That is all you need. It will look natural. Putting those individual, or they make ones that are called trios. Do that instead of fucking putting these baby visors on your face. I had a friend one time call them baby visors, and I cannot go back. It will forever be known to me as baby visors. But now I'm also like, they look like they have like Muppets, like Muppet eyelashes. It's concerning. Okay. So loved Emily's little outfit. Again, Gina's Versace swimsuit. It was cute. The OC ladies, they're friends of, let me tell you, they sure love that lingerie style bikini. Those were popular in my early 20s. Can we like expire that and do like something with like, I don't know, a cute pattern? Like, you have the most
Or a
incredible
solid.
body and
Can we
that's what
put
you're
a
going to wear?
what about a solid color? Like, can we get back to the like the blues and the fuchsia, the peach? What do like I don't understand.
I don't either. Listen, I found like a really cute brand. And again, look, I should be getting sponsorships. God damn it.
You
Vecchi
need to
has
get
been
affiliate
sponsoring.
links. That's what you
I
need.
know.
Affiliate links.
That's true. So I feel like this brand should go ahead and just at least send me a swimsuit, even if I'm not going to get affiliate links, whatever. I don't even like Vecchi is the name of the brand. They don't dig in. So if you're like me and you're not like a super taut skinned gal, then yes, check out Vecchi and then Beach Riot. It's egregious how much money I spend on these swimsuits because I'm normally that Old Navy girl, or I don't know, usually that. Or like I used to hit up, like Pretty Little Thing and Misguided, but now these are the swimsuits. And when McCoy's at the pool and he's like, Mama, sit on the step, I'm like, no, actually, baby, Mama loves you, but she cannot sit next to you because you will kill and tear the bottom of the swimsuit where am I wearing these swimsuits other than when I go to the pool with him? I don't know. Okay. So we're going to get rid of those lingerie style swimsuits. Okay. There are much cuter ones. They're available. So Emily apologized to Heather for being aggressive. I don't feel like Emily was aggressive at Nobu. I feel like if anyone was aggressive, it was Tamara. Tammy Sue came out throwing that napkin, which she does apologize for. But
Yep.
I feel like it's not really fair that Emily gets labeled being aggressive when I think, I don't know, she has a bigger voice and she's taller than these women. And so they're like, oh, she's aggressive.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, so scared because as if Emily's going to like do something stupid. I do feel like they have a certain level of respect for Emily, which I think all of us do. She's had her moments, but I don't know. I like Emily so much.
I really do. I'm really enjoying her. Wow. Like I can't stop talking about her.
I know. Same. Gina points out to Jen that it seems like Tamara has some big thing against her and that she's like, something must have happened. And listen, Tamara doesn't go this hard for no reason. And I don't know if it's at the point where, I don't know, Tamara's just like, you're not the one I was expecting to go in on, have to go, toe to toe with this much this season. And I'm getting pissed off that it is you. Yep. I don't know if that's what it is.
I think so. I really do. Because I think she was kind of probably a little relieved that one of her friends was joining the show, like real friend, because it kind of took the edge off. Because as we know, she was nervous going into this season. So yeah, I can imagine that was probably not what she wanted to have to deal with on top of the other conflicts she was coming in to try to resolve. Right. So yeah, I
know they technically like had their falling out because of the whole thing with Heather Amin, and it's still a little confusing to me, to be honest. I'm just kind of like, okay, so you guys stopped being friends because Jen and Ryan, and because Heather and Ryan were friends or whatever, they're that weird friendship, sibling ship thing was. And, Tamara was saying, like we mentioned earlier on Watch What Happens Live, that Jen has changed everything about herself, down to the way she, like the stuff she puts up with, the way she talks, the way she dresses, the way she acts. And so I don't know. We've all had that friend that did that in a relationship, and you were just kind of like, "Yep, okay." I just know they had a falling out themselves, so I don't know if that's playing into this as well. But yeah, I don't know. There's something more happening. I feel like there has to be something more.
There is. I feel it from Tamara's side, at least. There's way more, and she's not divulging, or if she did, they cut it out. But it doesn't add up that everyone's up in arms over this one. I get it, but not to this extent. So there's definitely something more there. I have a feeling at the reunion, Jen's going to have a lot to answer to. I'm just saying.
I agree. I think she is. And I think Gina is going to have to answer for a lot of her confessionals where, I'm sorry, I think it's kind of like a wuss move to go to confessional and talk all your shit and not say anything when they're in front of you. That's what normal people do, right? You aren't supposed to be a normal person. You're supposed to be a housewife. more proof that Gina is just not in the right place right now. Period. She's not on the right show.
No.
So Jen says basically that she asked, or that someone was asking her, maybe it was Taylor, I think it was Taylor at the boardwalk, why she didn't finish up that conversation with Tamara at Nobu and kind of say like, this is what happened. This is how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And they all just kind of conclude that Tamara was drinking a lot, which again, you and I talked about. I think she isn't drinking as much because on the Watch What Happens Live, she took a shot of water. And even Emily took a shot of champagne because she hasn't been drinking either. I mean, oh gosh, are all these Bravo Lebs going to be sober at BravoCon? I'm just wondering. I mean, not that it's bad, but come on.
No, they won't.
I guess. Oh my God. So then Heather, Amin, and Tamara show up, and oh my God, we have a new catchphrase because it was Heather, I believe, that said, "All right, let's not Tammy go hammy. Let's be nice. Tammy go hammy."
I swear, how do they come up with these sound bites? Because I know she didn't make that up. It came to her right in the moment. You can just tell. It was like something that just flew out of her mouth. But it's brilliant.
I mean,
put it on a shirt.
Yes. Tammy go hammy. Oh my God, I love it. This is so random, but I'm not usually a fan of those, live, laugh, laugh, I love you till the moon and back signs. But oh my God, the sign Emily had at that spread of food that said, I love you to the fridge and back was like, oh, okay. Speaking my language. Yes.
I loved that. That is so good. I would actually buy that. I would, because it's so fun and it's so me, because I'm such a foodie. I love to eat. So I would totally rock that in my kitchen. Probably not, but I would have it somewhere.
Maybe in like a powder bath. The one that not everyone uses. The one by the laundry room. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Okay. Oh my God. So apparently Emily and Shane have sex tapes because Shane is apparently a complete and total freak. Listen, you don't have to ever, my friends. I apparently am a stale as fuck person because I have not once ever. You won't find naked pictures of me. You won't find shit. You will find there are the naked pictures of me when I was pregnant, my maternity photos. But no, if there's anything out there, it's fake. So she is braver than I am already there. And when Emily says, yeah, and sometimes I'll watch them back and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that angle. And Heather's like, you watch them back? And when the producer asks Heather if she could imagine herself and Terry having sex tapes and watching them back, and she says the most Heather thing she possibly could have said, oh my God, I can't even watch myself in sitcoms. I could never watch myself having sex.
She's such a liar. She so loves watching herself on sitcoms. Shut up, Heather. You totally are not that person, okay?
That is her sex tape. That is what she and Terry watch for Heather to get in the mood, is herself acting. Give me a break.
Of course, 100% she's watching herself. Give me a break. Come on.
This is too much, Heather. Come on. So Jen goes over and grabs Heather Amin to sit and talk. And this is where, like, again, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that their voices all sound alike, which I am a female. I'm used to going to a brunch with a group of females and sitting and having wine with a group of females. And it's, a lot of, I have friends who would call it basically like a bunch of turkeys is what we can sound like. Okay, just don't. I should only be able to do that if I've had like a glass of wine and I'm stone cold sober. So you're welcome. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, here she is. And that's, I don't know what it is, but sometimes when they're in their conversations, I'm like, I don't know if my brain just can't fully pick up on the frequency, but I get very confused during their conversations, and it happens with no one else on any other franchise. I lose my train of like focus, not thought, but focus on them. So bear with me if I sound a little scattered when I'm trying to give you the play-by-play on this, because imagine what it's like inside of this sad little brain of mine. That hamster is like exhausted on that wheel up there. So Jen says to Heather Amin that Tamara is throwing all of Ryan's past and, all that in my face. And Heather tells her that what hurts her is what Jen texted to Tamara. I thought she only texted that to Tamara, but now I'm like, did she text that to Heather and Heather sent it to Heather Amin and she sent it to Tamara, or did she send it to both Tamara and Heather Amin?
No, I think she sent it to Tamara. That's why they brought it up the first time, if you remember in the episode where she's referencing a text message that Heather received from Jen, which clearly was a threat. I mean, honestly, like. So
you think she sent it to Heather and not to Tamara?
No, I think she sent it to Heather, and I think Heather sent it to Tamara, was like, look what I just got. What the hell? And Tamara, that's why Tamara brings it up. Because that's why I think now Tamara's getting where she's like, all right, good luck, girl. You're on your own. I told you, I warned you, be honest. She's sitting there bold-faced, and Tamara, I am being honest. Tamara, I'm being honest. No, you're fucking not.
I mean, it's not like you and I have never shared screenshots or anything. We don't.
Yeah.
We never. Oh my God. I would never do that. A screenshot? What's that?
Never. I don't even know how to do it.
Oh my God. Just technology. It's confusing. Yeah. So I find this interesting when eventually it's said by Heather, that is a threat. Now, girl, I don't feel like you came up with those words on your own, because I think Tamara told Heather Amin that Heather Dubrow, so it's too much. We can't have this many Heathers on the show. This is why, I'm sorry, Heather Amin, it's never going to work. You're going to have to change your name, and then we can go from there. Okay, so I'm going to call you Amin. That's, okay, whatever. Anyway, so her saying that that was a threat, no, that is a Heather Dubrow word, okay? It is. I don't think
that was so incredibly rude. Rude. Like really pronouncing the ooh, rude. So fuck you. Even the fuck is like short. Fuck you.
Now if Heather Amin starts saying denigrate, and that's I'm not a punitive person, then we absolutely know. Because I know that Tom Schwartz loves a word of the day calendar, but I do not believe for a second that even Heather Dubrow loves a word of the day calendar. Heather goes, oh, what's a word I could do? Terry, do you have the thesaurus app on your phone? I need the thesaurus. I need a new word for I'm not a punishment type of person. I'm not mean. A new word for mean. Mean. Punitive.
Oh
punitive. Thank you. I'm not a punitive person. Okay, so we know, all right? We just know. Because also, we know Terry isn't feeding her those words. If you recall, whenever Terry said, I'm all over the place, when Terry said to David Bedore, we have a word for men like you in my business, and the word is penis. Do you remember that? I thought he was going, I really thought he was going to say something like, I don't know, like secondary infection. I thought he was going to say something other than that, but when he went penis.
Say dick, Terry. No one's going to be offended if you call them a penis. Honestly and truly.
Oh my God. And Heather was sitting there going, hey, Terry, I told you to look up in the thesaurus before we went to fucking dinner. That is so rude.
Why would you say penis, Terry?
You should have called him a dick if you were going to call him anything. A dickhead, at least. My God.
So rude.
I love that we just went on that. Yeah. I'm going to show you what punitive actually means, Terry.
You penis.
Penis face. This part, though, was rather interesting because Heather Amin tells Jen that she is assuming that all the info is coming from Heather Amin. But we get all the flashbacks of Tamara being like, well, Heather Amin told me, he said, I'm going to fuck her. Well, yeah, he told Heather. He told Heather. He sent Heather Amin a deck pack.
And the flashback when they were in Montana and they were talking about the break and Heather was like, and maybe he was. She's like, yeah, my friend Heather. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Tamara, you gotta like. Because I was like, if they don't end up bringing Heather Amin on here for at least an episode, we're all gonna be like, what the, like, what's the point? And I mean, so the girls are off to the side talking, and basically Heather, and see, this is where I should have been putting Heather A and Heather D, but I'm an idiot some days, so I just wrote Heather and said, hey, Caitlin, good luck. Good luck to yourself. And so Amin is telling Jem she's playing dumb, and the other girls are off to the side talking about how Jen and Ryan are in therapy and that their therapist is actually a psychic. But you know what? I think that sounds fantastic. They can help prepare you for the shit that is to come. What better type of therapist? A psychic?
Yeah,
I could use that.
I would love that. I could not do the whole. Like, what is that? And they're just sitting there like.
You could tell Ryan was about to jump out of his skin at the very least.
That was his first time in that whatever they were doing.
Intuitive healing.
Yeah. That was something set up by production. I do not think they're seeing anybody in real life.
No, I agree. That was not actual couples therapy.
No. Give me a break.
What's interesting too is though, when, because again, sorry, this was like very confusing. So Tamara and Shannon end up joining Heather Amin and Jen. I mean, the widest bitch names on the goddamn planet. And this is coming from a Caitlin, okay? So I'm aware. So Jen says that, you can judge my relationship or whatever. That's fine. And Heather Amin's like, we're not, but you need to be honest about things. And Jen's like, about what? And Heather goes, do we really need to go there? And Jen's like, I said that to Tamara the other night and got a napkin in the face. And so Heather's saying, if I found out my boyfriend that I left my family and kids for did what he did regarding the break that they went on, and I didn't really hear her finish the sentence. And then Shannon interjects, and this poor woman is projecting her own situations about finding out hurtful things in her own relationships. And then Tamara has to clarify that I've never once hit on your boyfriend. I don't think anyone actually thought she was ever trying to hit on Ryan. If anything, it was a joke. And she was like, women have their own version of locker room talk.
Totally.
That is quite less offensive in the sense of it's not like, oh, I grab them by the, it's not.
Penis.
Right. There you go. Oh my God. What a dirty word, Georgio.
Rude.
So rude. Oh. To denigrate this podcast with such
Jen just thinks everyone wants Ryan because that's what I took from it. Like, she just thinks everyone's hating on her because they wanted to secretly sleep with him or something.
Girl,
and listen,
no one wants to sleep with
no
him.
One. First of all, where's his little easy pass? Because that dick has gone through some Holland tunnels.
Exactly.
Mainly in Orange County. But yes, I agree. Women have different types of locker room talk that is not like.
It's not the same. And
it's not. I don't even think it's possible to be degrading in that way to a man sexually because I think they would secretly love it. But yeah, no, I'm not. I just this episode for me really sealed the deal that she's going to go down in flames trying to protect the whole story arc of her and Ryan, and that's fine. But again, the reunion's gonna be very interesting for her. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and as long as she brings it, she'll end up on a second season. I'm tired of them we don't need another Braun win, but we don't need a Noella should not have been a one-hit wonder. I still don't understand that. Never will. But you know what? I'm glad Tamara apologizes to Jen for throwing the napkin in her face, which, you know, there are worse things that we have seen done, but I do appreciate that she did that. Now,
Yes.
Jen then clarifies that she didn't expect this break with her and Ryan to be the one that was going to be, well, spent with other people the way Ryan did. And so she's explaining she was hurt by that. And the fact that they keep bringing this up. And so I did feel for Jen in this moment. I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. They're making it like that's her fault or something, which
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. She can't control what he does.
No, she cannot. They all go and do the slip and slide thing. Tits and ass are flying everywhere, intentionally and unintentionally. Gotta love how Heather Dubrow looked like actually she was a dolphin trainer at SeaWorld. I don't know what that was about.
She was not trying to get her body in that soup of self-tanner. That's what that was.
I just don't know what's wrong with that. But
nothing. I would have jumped right in. I don't care. I would have just rubbed
maybe
it.
A little extra.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and Shannon and her Spanx, predictable. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Yeah, and again, oh my God, that intuitive healer. I don't know about you, but I thought it was Megan King in a really bad disguise for a moment.
She did look like she could be Megan King's aunt or cousin.
Right. Like Megan King's beautiful. Like I'm not trying to like totally compare, but I was like, oh my God, that's like very much Megan King. Wow.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I don't know. She sneak her way back on. We get the Trace Amigas back. Oh my God. I love that they played the OG opening sequence music for Vicky when she showed up, and I was like, yes, thank you. Thanks for the update on Vicky's sex life. So happy for you. Fantastic. Didn't need to know that she's wearing crotchless. Crotchless panties everywhere.
Nope.
No. Don't need to know that. That sounds very uncomfortable in a pair of denim. Just saying. So when they all are taking their shots and Vicky downs hers first, I would. And then to see them gather hands to pray all together, and Vicky tells Jesus, and then we're gonna whoop it up.
You can't talk to Jesus about whooping it up.
Listen.
But maybe you can.
He turned water into wine. He knows how to whoop it up.
He whooped it up at a wedding or two, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said,
right?
You know what? No one wants water at a wedding, guys.
No.
Now I'm going to have to be the one to turn it into wine. No one could go to the store beforehand. Thanks.
Tragic.
Very tragic. And then we get, of course, a classic Vicky at the thought of ceviche. First of all, I love a ceviche, ma'am.
I actually can't do the ceviche.
You can't? You don't,
I can't.
You like sushi, though. Like it
I do
for you before, but now it is.
No, and that could evolve and change. But as of right now, I don't partake. But it's not gag worthy though. Like I wouldn't gag like she did over it. It's just not it might be too fishy. I don't know.
If it has like a really good amount of lime, and if they throw in some jalapenos with it, it's very good. Like you need to there need to be a lot of pepper, like bell peppers, and then some jalapenos in there. Like that's what it really needs. Because also for me, if it's sushi, it has to be spicy. If it's not spicy, then I can't do it. It's too fishy. So I do get that. I'm not like a just straight give me some raw fish person. I can't do that either. I totally feel
no.
So then Tamara eventually they start asking. I'm sorry, I'm skipping a moment. This was also funny because Tamara asks Vicky if she talks to Emily and Gina and Heather, and Vicky's like, I ran into Heather a year ago. She, gave me the eye, like I blow her because I run an insurance company, which, yeah, that's probably Heather does act like that. And so they ask
Kodo Insurance.
Kodo, go to work. So they ask Shannon how she is with Heather right now, and we get the flashback of that weird ass promise Heather made. That was so like she rehearsed that in the car on the way over, I think. Like she was watching herself and she was like, don't move your eyebrows so much.
If you go near my family, pause. No. If you because it was just too like slow. Like just spit it out. What are you gonna do to me? Like, come on, girl. What? But did you see how they had to slow down Shannon's side? Did you catch that little nuance? Yes. How they slowed Shannon down to make, because that's how long it was taking for that clip to finish. That made me hysterically laugh because I was like, they are so funny in the editing room, and people probably didn't even pick up on it because it was like,
I mean, I didn't pick up on that, and I'm glad you did. I mean, I don't know what Heather thought she was on the fucking Godfather or something. Like, ma'am, you couldn't even get out a threat. All you let her know is that she was going to lose more than just my friendship. Anyway, so they're in good terms, right? And Tamara asks Shannon, do you think Heather would ever repeat anything you've told her in confidence? No, I believe she is a vault. And, okay, so Tamara gets the Tammy Sue look where she takes that big dramatic sip of her drink and she gets the, And, has she said something recently? And Shannon says, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. And Vicky,
don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me, Tamara.
Don't do it. Not on camera. And Vicky's spiraling next to her. I love a good Vicky spiral where she just starts repeating herself. If it's a vault, it's a vault. It's a vault. If it's a vault, what? It's a vault. We wouldn't know what it was. It was a vault. It's a vault. What is it? Oh, it's a vault. It's a vault. Vicky, are you short circuiting? And Shannon's like, again, looking at Tamara. Are you kidding me right now, Tamara? You can't do that. I can't tell you, Vicky. I'm mic'd. I'll tell you in a minute. And she ends up running over. First of all, love that production. Just looked like they were a cute little group having fun.
That's how it always goes. That's why I knew when she got up off the table because I was watching it with Jeff, and he was like, where's she going? Because she was like, I'll tell you, I'm mic'd.
Yeah, done. Ripping it off.
And hold on. And then I was like, oh, she's going over to production. And he was like, what do you mean? Why is she walking so far? She's looking like she's walking to a table. I was like, that's production.
Yeah.
They always do that. They sit there because one of them's watching and listening audio. So she was like, oh, hell no. You guys are starting a storyline about me and John? Well, it's going to end our relationship, just so you know.
She was done. Done. I'm done.
Tamara was like, shit.
And then Vicky just... there was blood. My tequila tank's empty. But it was in the vault. The vault. We got a to be continued. I love a to be continued.
Have we had one on OC this?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
After Heather told Taylor, fuck you. So, I mean.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Listen, I love this to be continued. And Andy did say that on Watch What Happens Live that Shannon breaks the fourth wall several times this season. So
yeah, can't wait to see what else.
Well, I think that's where we can leave this episode. Friends, go follow Georgio on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. He's going to be around more as usual. And, we're chit-chatting about working on some things together too, some other things. Please leave a 5-star review. I'm just going to stop asking for anything less than 5 stars. Subscribe to the YouTube. I do create different content for TikTok and for Instagram. It's completely different content. So follow both. And just go check out also bestiesbybravo.com. I have merch I designed, and I'm about to close that Etsy shop because you know what, Etsy, you fucking suck. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, they do.
They suck. They bad. But yeah, thank you for joining, friends, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.